So I'm finally going to do it. I'm finally going to record my very first video for the Hot Mess headquarters. I'm Dr. Joniel Conley. Yeah, that's me. I've been talking about this for a lot of years. And I'm going to do it today. And that's not going to be perfect. And I'm going to probably have to look at my notes because I have things that I want to say and I want to make sure that you get it. But I know what it's like to be in a hot mess. And I'm here to tell you, you are not a hot mess. You're in a hot mess and it's causing you issues. I created this space because I know what it's like to be in a full-fledged hot mess. My home was a mess. My health was a mess. My parents were sick. I'd been bullied, all the things. And I lived through it. And I guess that's the message. Message I want you to hear. That there's somebody out there who's saying, Joniel, I can't go another day. Yes, you can. So again, I'm looking at my notes. All I ever wanted to, and my mother told me never sniffing a microphone too. All I ever wanted to do was grow up, get married, have babies, bake cookies, and live happily ever after. Some of that happened, some of it didn't. I grew up, I went to nursing school. I got bullied, got married, got bullied and married all at the same time. That's a whole nother episode. Stay tuned for that one. I had a baby. She went to the NICU. I got breast cancer. Both my parents died within 13 months of each other. Got divorced. That's a whole nother story as well. But I felt like I was living the story of Job. Remember Job? At one point, I actually found myself with one suitcase full of sequins formals, my 9-year-old, and no place to live. True story. I was working in the OR. I was taking call. I was the leader of a youth organization. On the outside, I put my makeup on. I got ready. It was showtime. But inside, I had no idea how I was going to get through all that. But I did. And that's exactly what I'm going to share with you today. How I found a miracle in the mess. Not right at the moment, I can tell you that. But I did eventually find the miracle. So here's point number 1. You are not a hot mess. You are in a hot mess. You're not broken. You're not hopeless. It's not permanent. You're simply in a messy season. And seasons shift. Storms pass. And the moment you stop labeling yourself as the problem is the moment that you can start to feel better. You can start seeing that these mess quakes are a circumstance. They're not you. They don't define you. They are a circumstance. And the first time the mess quake stops, you're afraid. You think it's going to come back again. I know I did. You have to start living through it all. Page 2. I actually created a model that I lived through. It has 4 steps. Recognize, reframe, respond, and rise. So step 1 is to recognize where you're at. No denial, no sugarcoating it. It is what it is. And I think in my instance, I kept hoping it would get better, hoping things would change. And when I finally was smacked upside the head with the reality, I had to face it. After you recognize, you have to reframe. You have to get to this place where you say, it's kind of when you get to that, this is where the healing begins, even while you're in the mess. You can't wait for it to be over. Then you have to respond. Now, respond means not letting your amygdala take charge. Remember the 2-year-old with the bazooka? That one. Yeah, you got to recognize that that is biology. It's going on. You can get to the front part of your brain. You'll be able to see more clearly. And I'm not saying this is easy. Watch my lips. It's not easy. But you can do it. And then finally, you need to rise up. You're not ever going to be who you were before. I wish I could say you were. Maybe you don't want to be that person, but you're not. You are changed forever. It's one step of the long journey. When you rise, you can breathe a little easier. You can see more clearly. You can respond instead of reacting. You can start making better decisions, caring for yourself and for others. Maybe that looks like sleeping through an entire night without having dread or nightmares. Maybe it's maybe it's choosing not to binge on drumstick ice cream. That would be my personal favorite. Maybe it's laughing, and I mean really laughing till your belly hurts, till you just, I was going to say something else about in your pants, but you knew what I was saying. Realizing it's still okay to be here. I wish I didn't have to say this, but I do. Rising doesn't erase the mess. It's still there, but it proves that you can still live in the middle of the mess. One choice, one breath, one small victory at a time. Now, this third point is there are miracles in the mess. Usually not while they're going on. I'm not saying that in the moment, but sometimes not years. Sometimes it's not even the miracle you prayed for. But the possibility is always there. In every messquake, there's a chance to breathe again, a chance to choose differently, a chance to say yes to moving forward and no to what you don't want. Yes, you get to decide. You can say yes to healing, yes to hope, yes to taking back your voice, or no more people pleasing, no more numbing drumsticks, no more carrying whatever you were never meant to carry in the first place. That's the miracle in the mess. Not that it disappears, but that you get a chance to choose. Then there's that good old Job. Bless his little heart. He never once jumped into the victim mode. Well, a little bit while Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar were there. But victim mode keeps you from improving and growing and changing. It blaming, numbing, hiding. It lets you off the hook for a little while. It also keeps you chained in the mess. So think about Job. He lost everything. His wife, his cows, his kids, the whole 9 yards. And he never got the answer to why me? Why me? That question went unanswered. God said, can you make the sun rise? Do you know how many months it takes an elephant to have a baby? He didn't get it. What he did get was a chance to live differently on the other side. Gave his friends coins, the whole 9 yards. So that's the shift. Stop asking, why me? You may never know why the messquake hit. But there's always a choice. Now, put down the sharp objects. I did say there's a choice. And choices are how people go, oh, I don't have a choice. You do. It might be hard. It might be expensive. It might be embarrassing. It might be time consuming. But there is always a choice. No, you didn't want to hear that one. You cannot rewrite what happened. But you can be darn sure how you're going to show up. You can make sure of that. You may never know why the messquake hit. I don't know either. But like Job, you still get to choose how you live on the other side. So if this message spoke, like I said, it wasn't polished. It wasn't all the things it should have been. I'll get better. But if this spoke to you, please share this with a friend. If you got somebody who's going through a difficult time, follow, subscribe, and the show notes, you'll see how you can work with me, because I want to help people. I had a lot of people that helped me. I want to help you.